So how were people, especially women, preventing pregnancies way back? I mean, before the invention of modern contraceptives and modern condoms. Now, I did some research and I found some really crazy, bizarre, and probably smart ways that they were using to prevent pregnancies back then. And oh my, some is just going to blow your mind. And some has a little bit of magical touch to it actually. Now this should get a cutie, but I welcome you back to my YouTube channel where I talk about sex and productive health, learning facts, breaking myths, and everything that you need to know about sex and productive health. I am your girl. So I thank all those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and for those who haven't, please subscribe, and I will be super grateful for that. Now let's just get started. Okay, so as I said, some were really bizarre. I mean, obviously they had to prevent pregnancies even way back then because they were busy in the sheet, as we are still doing. Okay, now they didn't have what we were having now, but they still used different methods to prevent pregnancies, and some led to crazy infections, some led to crazy consequences. Okay, now the first thing that we'll be talking about is lemon. Like you heard me, lemon. Okay, so it's dated back in the 1700s, the Mediterranean areas there, the popular Casanova, the playboy Casanova, used to actually advise his women to use lemon. Now let me show you, they use two methods, when it comes to the lemon. Okay, now one method was squeezing the lemon juice, and then they use a rag, maybe a cloth, and then they soak it in the lemon juice, and then they insert it into their pink palace there, and they believe that the juice is acidic in nature. They believe that it has this citric acid content, and it sort of kills off the sperms. Okay, so it's served like a spermicide. And yeah, that was one method they were using. Another was they used the lemon rind. Okay, they insert it inside there, and they believe it's like a cervical cup, and so it sort of prevent the sperms from getting close to the cervix. And apparently it was working for them back then, but unfortunately it led to a lot of infections because it ended up interfering with your vagina, like the pH there, and then it makes you prone to infections. So yeah, one method was lemon. Now it gets crazier, okay, because the second method is just going to blow your mind. It's really bizarre. Crocodile poop. I am not kidding you. Crocodile poop and elephant poop. Yes. So the Egyptians, the Romans, they were using the crocodile poop, whereas the Indians were using the elephant poop. Now they were mixing with honey and other substances. Then they mold it into pastries, and then they insert it there before sex. And according to some records, they remove it after. Some also say it dissolved. Really, come on. Now they believe they also serve two purposes. Okay, the pastry it's hard, and so it covers the cervix and it makes it impossible for the sperm to cross over. Some also believe that it serves as a spermicide and that it kills off the sperms. So yes, crocodile poop. I am not making this up, trust me. Now the third method, which is still used, which is really unadvisable, is douching. Okay, so people wash their pink palace with a whole lot of things to make the place smell nice, to do this. Well, people were also using it to prevent pregnancies back then, and apparently they were using vinegar, and I'm not making this up as well, Coca-Cola. Yeah, they believe that Coca-Cola could sort of kill the sperms inside it. So right after sex, they were washing their pink palace with vinegar. They were washing with the Coca-Cola. Now, recent studies have shown that Coca-Cola does not in any way prevent pregnancies. Washing it will not kill the sperms. Rather, what it was really leading or causing the women back then was, it had a lot of sugar, just like other sweet drinks, and it was rather leading to yeast infections. So they were not preventing pregnancy, they were not getting infections. So douche with Coca-Cola, please. Pour the Coca-Cola at the right place. Here, not here, okay? Now the fourth method was the olive oil and then the cedar oil. So before sex, they pour a lot of olive oil into their pink palace. Now they believe that the oil makes the sperms not be able to move faster, so it sort of immobilize them, and then this gives the woman a lot of time to actually use other methods to prevent the pregnancy. So a lot of women back then were using olive oil and cedar oil to prevent pregnancy. So the oil way they used to garnish your food and your salad, some also garnishing down there with it. Can you imagine? Now the fifth method, which is also popular and is still being used, is the withdrawal method. So withdrawal method, or the coitus interruptus, has been a method it's been so popular over the years, and this because it dates way back. It's even recorded in the Bible, in the Old Testament, where Onan actually used this method to stop the woman from getting pregnant, and it led to dire consequences. So this Reusable method, like, it dates way back, but the problem is it's not 100% effective, because sometimes the pre-cum could actually contain, sperms, which could still make the woman pregnant. So don't rely on coitus interruptus. That is not a family planning method that you should rely on every time. One day it will definitely fail you. I am not cursing you, trust me. Now the next method, which also sounds quite delicious, was using honey. They were mixing honey with other plants, with other substances, and they were inserting it there. They sometimes, soak it in racks and then they insert it there. And they also believed that it was killing the sperms, not making it impossible for them to get pregnant. And yeah, but then I think it's nice. I mean, the man is gonna lick it and he's gonna enjoy some honey down there. So yeah, but studies have been done and they're still trying to actually find out how honey was really preventing pregnancies, probably because of the other substances that were added. Maybe that was why it was working back then. Who knows? Now the next method is also going to blow your mind. It's going to like, why? Reusable condoms. Like, I am not kidding. Reusable condoms. Now, way before condoms, like popular or the modern condoms were, invented, they were using different things as condoms. They were using animal skin, animal intestines as condoms. Like, I am not making things up here, girl. Yeah, so basically the man wraps this animal skin around the penis and ties it with a ribbon. Now, after the sexual intercourse, he unties the ribbon, remove the condom, get rid of the contents, and then clean this condom and put it down for the next session. So yeah, that's what they were doing. They clean it, put it down, and then they reuse it. Like, now, in as much as probably it was preventing maybe pregnancies, it was not preventing infections and viruses. So yeah, that was really not helpful. But I guess they didn't have a lot of choice back then. Who knows? Now the next method again, which is quite harmful, which was quite bad, was the mercury and lead. In ancient times, Chinese women were drinking mercury and lead to stop up, to prevent pregnancies and get rid of pregnancies. Come on, lead, mercury. They were using these methods to prevent pregnancies, and not only was it causing, it was causing sterility, it was leading to brain damage, kidney problems, and sometimes even death. So like mercury and lead, like, why? Now, as I said, there was a little bit of magical touch to everything. So the last method has something to do with magic. Okay, now in the Middle Ages, it's believed that people were using magic to prevent pregnancies. So basically the women use this. They use a weasel's testicles, a moose earwax. Some also say moose uterus, but the earwax was the most popular one I found. And then they were using a bone from the right side of a black cat. It has to be the right side though. Now they combine these things that I just mentioned and make it in the form of an amulet the woman ties around her neck or her thighs before the sexual intercourse, and like to prevent pregnancies back then. Now I found other weird ones, and some they were plugging the place with wood, they were using bamboo, inside there and all that stuff. But I am really grateful and thank God for modern contraceptives and condoms. Like, it is so good to have these ones, because reusable condoms, crocodile dang, like, come on. Now condoms, current and modern ones, are the best, my view, because it prevents STIs and it prevents pregnancy as well. Okay, so please use the modern ones. Okay, get some contraceptives, get the condoms, the long-term methods, the short-term methods that are far better. Okay, so I hope today you've learned something. You've learned ways that our ancestors were using to prevent pregnancies back then, and it just bizarre ones. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you've learned something today, and until I meet you again, stay safe and bye.